Okay, since I'm already here, I want to talk about something. I want to share something with you guys. And I won't gatekeep this. Okay? I've been watching TED Talks and I think this is something that can be useful for you in the future or right now. Okay? So watch this video up until the end. The TED Talks that I'm talking about is entitled How to Introduce Yourself, The Māori Way by Amelia Butler, TEDx Deltorn Women. Before I say something about the talk itself, I want to share a little bit of background of this speaker, Amelia. So Amelia is a cultural practitioner and an indigenous Maori woman. So Maori is a indigenous Polynesian people mainland in New Zealand. Okay, so it's all about Maori culture, and Amelia introduced the pepeha, which is a very common introduction coming from this culture. How do you introduce yourself? If someone asked you, how do you introduce yourself? Mainly it happens at school or in an interview. If you're going to apply for a job, they will ask you questions. And I'm curious, how do you introduce yourself? Because we're going to talk about a very, very creative way to introduce yourself. And there is a common way to introduce ourselves, and there's always more creative than that to let people know of who we are or where we came from. Specifically, when you are at school and when you are asked to introduce yourself, of course, we're going to mention our name first, our age, our hobbies, our talent. And when we are applying for a job, we do not just mention our name, but of course, our main goal or how we can benefit or how we can help this company to grow more, or how would you contribute to the growth of that company, right? Now, the Maori way of introduction is very different. Okay, listen. In Amelia's TED Talk, she introduces the Maori way of introduction, which leads to interconnectedness of human being and the nature. It is a Maori culture, and they have a deep respect and holistic understanding about the nature and the human being. They will not just mention their name, but they will mention their mountains, their rivers, their ancestors, and their gathering place. It has a similar way of introducing yourself, of who you are, your background, where you came from, but in a Maori way, about their mountains, their rivers, their ancestors, and a gathering place. It's something that's a deep connection with the nature before you even born. I want you to think of your mountains, your rivers, and your gathering place. You can say mountains where you born, the mountains that you've been familiar, that you cannot even forget. Or if you don't have the mountains, and if you live or you born in the city, it doesn't necessarily to be the mountains. It is a mountain that you wanted to hike or you've been hiking on, or it is the mountain that you've lived on or you grew up on. Your rivers. It doesn't necessarily to be your rivers. Okay, again, you can think of a body of water. It could be a lake that so many memories with your childhoods, with your family, and the gathering place. If you are part of tribes, that's your gathering place. You can say that your gathering place is your home. If there is a specific place with your friends or your families is or someone that is really close to you, that's your gathering place. I hope you realize that you have a deeper connection with the natural world of where you came from. This is my mountains, this is my rivers, and this is my gathering place. One day, when you're going to do this yourself, try to mention your rivers, your mountains, and your gathering place. Okay? And thank you so much for watching this video. See you to my next video, and I hope you learned something in this video. Okay? Bye!